You have an immune system that protects your body. Mm-hmm. And inflammation is when we turn that immune system on and we make it active. And sometimes that's a good thing, right? If you had a tummy bug, you want to clear that infection, right? If you hurt yourself, you want to heal that wound. That's when your immune system is really good. It's working for you. But the problem that we have these days is that we're turning on the immune system when we don't need to. And it's staying on 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And that ultimately creates problems because it leads to new issues, new health conditions.
The word inflammation sounds like something has inflated or become swollen.
Yeah. That is a part of the process. For example, if you hurt your knee, right, there will be inflammation in your knee and it will get red, it will get swollen, it will become tender. And like those are the typical characteristics of inflammation when it arrives. But what we're talking about is chronic low-grade inflammation. And this is a tricky thing because it can fly below the radar. It can fly below the radar where you don't realize that it's there. Your doctor may not realize that it's there. And it manifests in these subtle ways where it's like you have increased fatigue, you have difficulty concentrating, you don't sleep well at night, you wake up with aches and pains, or you have joints that hurt a little bit, or you've had skin issues, right? And it's like, well, we all have those problems. But that's inflammation. Inflammation is driving many of those issues. And so it's important for people to be aware that, you may there's so many patients that go to their doctor complaining of these symptoms and the doctor's kind of not really sure what to do about that. And I think it's time for us to open our mind and bring awareness to the possibility that there is this issue, inflammation, that's driving that problem, the symptoms, the health conditions of which there are many. And ultimately we need a plan to address that.
And can you be skinny and in shape and still have inflammation?
100%.
So it's not just a weight thing.
No, it's not just a weight thing. Because if you think about, people who are competitive bodybuilders, they look amazing on the outside and they're falling apart on the inside. And these people often suffer with digestive health problems. I know because they reach out to me, including many people that are well known who look incredible. And they're suffering with gut issues. And then ultimately they're at risk for other health related problems afterwards.
So on this point of inflammation is when your immune system kind of stays on. Why does it stay on? And how do I turn it off?
Well, we have to start with acknowledging that the reason why this causes problems is that let's sort of use an analogy of the immune system is your small army and they're there to defend you. And when we activate the army and they're actually going to war, you have to expect that there's going to be damage to the surrounding areas, right? Like if there's a war occurring, of course there's decimation and damage that occurs, and it's brutal. And the problem is that if we're activating the immune system, the areas that are surrounding it, that's your body, right? And the decimation and destruction that's occurring is within your own tissues, within your organs. As I was researching this book, I actually took 3 years to understand this topic. And what I discovered is a connection between your immune system and your gut that is undeniable. And that connection becomes the powerful factor that allows you to understand why it happens and how we can fix it. We have our gut microbiome, and there are 38 trillion microbes that live inside of our large intestine. And they include bacteria and yeasts and archaea, which are these things that have been on the planet for 4 billion years, and possibly parasites. And so in this entire community of microorganisms, they're there with a purpose, and that is to support you and your physiology. One of their key jobs is actually to basically feed the gut barrier that lines your entire intestines.
Do you want to show me on using this?
Sure.
Is this the right part of the body?
So now the large intestine is the home to your microbiome. So these 38 trillion microbes, this is their residence. This is their domain where they live. Now, this entire system, which is on the order of 20 or 25 feet, so something on the range of 6 to 8 meters, it's coated with a single layer of cells, which we call the epithelial layer,